Hey everyone, so you may know this is a chit chat about nursing school life and basically everything that I've been through and kind of learned from trials and tribulations of nursing school and everything. So if you're interested in hearing, then just keep on. So let's get into it. This would be my second nursing school. Second nursing school, right? Yeah, that's kind of wasted money and everything, but I mean, you get good ones, you get bad ones. This one I'm sticking with for this program, and then I'll transfer to a major school for my BSN. So I am doing my LPN at this new school. Last school I tried the RN, but the teachers were just then I went to LPN, and yeah, I only did one term there because I was just so sick of it. They just kept losing their accreditation and everything. So I said, forget that. I'm going over here and I'm going to stick with it. And then recently I found another school that I could do a bridge program at. So I'm going to do that once I graduate, which is in 2 more terms. So hard, but it is definitely stressful when it comes to the information. You have it depends on the nursing school, how hard it is, how accelerated it is, and how long it is. Mine's is only 4 terms. First term was not hard. It was not hard at all, but it was a bit of a load because you had about 5 classes. If you didn't transfer any credit, I give or take 6 or 7. So this term, luckily I only have 2 classes, which are pharmacology and med-surgical. Med-surg, it's not hard at all. It's just information that you absolutely need to know and you need to understand. So let's get into this pharmacology. It's a bunch of drugs, side effects, everything you can think of that you need to know about drugs and everything. You need to know it. If your professor tells you to do drug cards, do those drug cards. Don't wait until week 6 like I just now did and try to do drug cards. No, now I am doing my now. So I'm going to show you guys. With drug cards, you have the drug class, you have its use, you have its side effects. If you have any nursing considerations, then you have that, and you would have the drug. The best way that they told me to remember like drugs and drug class and everything is figure out which part of the ANS, autonomic nervous system, it fits in, whether it's rest and digest or fight or flight. So yeah, if you understand the ANS system, sympathetic, parasympathetic, rest and digest, fight or flight, then you will know which category to put the drugs in. So that's that with pharm. So with the drug cards, I write them out, and these drug cards I just picked up, well, these note cards I picked up from Walmart. It's the 100 pack. They were 89 cents. I picked up 3. I mean, why not stock up on them? And from Staples, I picked up the rings. The rings will just hold them all together. You would punch a hole in them, make sure all the holes are even, and then you would stick this through. You would even out the cards, make sure all the corners are even. You would make sure that it's angled in there like a triangle, just so you're getting the right portion of the corner. And luckily, you can see through there as to where you are. If you were to like put a circle right here so you can guide yourself as to where to punch the hole at, that would help too. And how simple is that? Hook it wherever you want. Just don't lose it, and do your drug card. You can get a little tub like this. I got this one from Walmart, and these were the first drug cards that I found online, but I figured it out. Do it yourself. You can use these as guides as to what you're missing from your drug cards, but definitely write them out, type them up, however you want to do it yourself. So yeah, some highlighters, some post-its or whatever. If your school has a syllabus, print that out, because with my school, the syllabus, it gives you a guide to what you should be focusing on when it comes to the test. So yeah, definitely print out your syllabus. If your school does PowerPoints, definitely print out those PowerPoints in outline format. Whether it's Mac or Windows. Well, with Mac, you will download the file. Your file will go to your downloads folder, and once you click on it from your downloads folder, it will open up as Keynote. If you don't have I don't even know if Mac has the PowerPoint and all that on it, but I just use Keynote and everything. I use everything that comes with the MacBook. It's possible to do everything with a MacBook that you do with the Windows. So on Keynote, you'll go to File and you'll export it to PowerPoint. It may pop up as a duplicate, but that's fine with me. I'll replace it just for the purpose of this video. So it's already created as a PowerPoint, and then you'll go back to File. You'll go down here to Print, and this whole printer situation should pop up. So as you can see, it gives it to you this format. With this format, the bottom, if you have any notes down the bottom, down here somewhere, it'll show up. And if you want them all on a piece of paper in a grid, you can do that, because you can see the actual PowerPoints. Because when you print it, you're not going to see any pictures, but if you want to see pictures, print it in the grid format, or on Windows, it has it similar in this format. This one uses less paper than this one does, and outline format uses less paper than any of the other one does. Now I can't make it any bigger, but this is the outline format, which uses less paper, and this is how I print it out. So if you're the type of person that likes to read along, then definitely print it out in outline format, or either of these. It doesn't really matter. It's just the less paper. And so that's really it for Pharm. And now I'm going to move on to my next class, which is Med-Surg. So Med-Surg, it isn't hard, but it is a lot of about the different disease processes and everything. So you can do the same thing with these note cards, or you can do smaller cards. And in this case, you could do like a matching game. You can take it back to elementary school, do goldfish. That's what I'm going to do once I finish making them. So I am using both sides of the cards. One side is one disease process and the other is that one. And the main cards is what I'm trying to define. In this one, it will be vitamin K, but on the other side, it will be digestion. So for vitamin K, this side of the card will go with this one, which will be is formed in the large intestines and blah blah blah. And then I will flip it over and try and match this one up with this one, which will be on the whole other side of the floor that I'll have to match up. So I mean, do it however you know that you would learn. Now when it comes to my Med-Surg, I have a clinical and a lab. It's simple if you have good instructors, and in my case I do now, so claps to her. Now stethoscopes, let's get on to those babies. So this is the one that I got with school, with my lab bag and everything from school. This one is free and it comes with your lab bag if you get a lab bag at your school. But we got our own, which are Littmans. Got the Littman Lightweight 2 SE. I got this one. For me, once I press mine against the skin, I don't hear anything that I'm not supposed to hear. So when it comes to taking the blood pressure, that's all I hear is the blood pressure. No rustling or anything, unless I just so happen to rub my hand down here, but who would really do that? Now for him, it has enough weight to just hold it there and not move. And you won't hear rustling with this one either. And this one is the Littman Classic 2 SE. So his is the classic and mine is the lightweight. And you see the difference, lightweight, classic. You can go online to Scrubs and Beyond. You can customize it if you want. His, I just got a little bit, some engravement on his. But yeah, I definitely like these ones. And these were only about, his was about 80, mine was about 50. No, yeah, mine was about 50, his is about 80. They have more if you want to spend more than $100, then definitely go on there and find one. But so I'm gonna read off this paper that I wrote as to what to focus on here. So study tips. I am not the best studier, if that's a word. I'm not the best studier at all. I just learned that I need repetition. I need repetition. I thought that the whole hearing what I was typing and everything would work, but now it doesn't work, because only reason it doesn't work anymore is because I don't listen to it often, and if you just listen to it and you don't understand it, then that's not going to do anything. So what I mean by typing everything up, your main topic, and listening to it, insert what I'm talking about into a spoken track on iTunes. So on your MacBook, you should already have a text to edit application on there. You'll click that. It'll open up. I already have something typed in there. You'll highlight it. You'll tap the trackpad, add it to iTunes as a spoken track. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to do I prefer this voice because it's the clearest voice. Continue, and you should hear the ding when it's ready. And this little gear icon up here will keep spinning until it's done. So it's done. I'm going to let you guys hear it. So you go here.
Hi, my name is Ashley. What is your name?
So that's what it sounds like, but you have to make sure that you put a period when you want the sentence to end and a question mark when you want it to sound like a question. Don't put any dashes because the computer will actually say dash. So there you go. Okay, so now test taking tips. When it comes to taking tests, take your eraser off your pencil. Take your eraser off your pencil, or if you have some sort of self-control and you know when to erase and you know that your answer is absolutely wrong that you're erasing, then go ahead. But if you don't have any self-control, then do take your eraser off your pencil, because the moment that you erase, you're erasing the wrong answer. I mean, if you're just bright like that and you know which answer is the right one, then go for it. But do not erase unless you're 100% sure that it's the right answer. And definitely for me, I find that having some sort of mint in my mouth helps me think and like calm down and everything. I mean, I don't get test taking anxiety, but I tend to overthink. Everything when it comes to tests. So no eraser. Keep mints with you. I prefer you can have the chewy Mentos. You can have I don't have it. You can use Altoid. You can use anything that's strong, but not too strong where you're focusing on the mint rather than on your test. So mint, no eraser, and just relax. Eat something in the morning. Just declutter your brain. Okay, now on to the next one. Study groups. I don't do study groups. I should, but I mean, my boyfriend, he is my study partner because he's in nursing school also, and he's very freaking brilliant. Even the class that he isn't in, he can just look at it and automatically get it. So he's my study partner. He quizzes me. So if you're into study groups, pick people that are not, I'm not going to say not your friends, but with your friends, you'll focus more on like laughing and everything else rather than studying. So go out of your way to get a group of people together that you know you will just study with. Now, a part of study groups and friends, let's move on to the friends in school. I'm not gonna sound like a sad little puppy when I say I don't have friends. I don't mind it because I tried that whole thing over at my other school. Yes, out of it, I got good friends who I still talk to now, even at my new school. I focused more on friends rather than what I was supposed to, which was school. So that's why I didn't do good in that school and in that term. But if you know how to balance all of that, then you go for it and you keep your friends. But I mark my word, keep your friends kind of at a distance. So the next topic is time management. This goes into the studying, friends in school and everything. This ties into that. And the next thing that I'll talk about will be children in nursing school. Children working everything you can think of. When it comes to studying and time management, you should give yourself 15-minute breaks for every hour. Like study for 45 minutes if you can, or study for 15 minutes and give yourself a 45-minute break, or vice versa. You shouldn't just cram and no break and then fall asleep, because like, what is that really going to do? You didn't give yourself a break at all. You need to give yourself a break when it comes to studying. Once again, back to the mints and water and everything. Keep yourself hydrated, and definitely use some sort of mint so it can keep your brain awake. That's really it. Very simple. Like, just like when it comes to paying bills, your bills are due a certain time or else you'll suffer the repercussions. Time management: if you don't get schoolwork or test or anything done or studying done in time, you'll suffer the consequences. So just make yourself a calendar. You can make a homemade calendar on a piece of paper, or you can just write yourself stickies and stick it all over the house where you normally go. Stick them there, and it'll I write all my bills down on a piece of paper and stick it on the fridge. Since I go in the fridge like every day, I look on it and I cross out each bill that I've already paid. So stuff like that. To grants, federal grants, and GPA. Grants, scholarships, not grants. Grants, you don't have to have a specific GPA to get a grant. Well, depending on the state. So far, from Maryland to Ohio, I didn't really need to focus on a GPA in order to get a grant. I have a federal grant, and I have student loans. Now, when it comes to scholarships, you have to have like a 3.0 and up, but you have to definitely read the different qualifications for each scholarship. I haven't applied for any scholarship because so far everything is being covered. Now, children and nursing school relationships, nursing school. Children, I have a 1-year-old. I started my first nursing school when he was like 3 months. When they get up, so that means you're missing out on sleep, which causes you to not want to stress your brain even more when it comes to studying. So definitely, if you can do that, then do that. But we didn't have any help up here, no family or anything up here, so we had to do it all on our own. But we made it through. Here I am in my second nursing school, halfway through. He's 1, going on 2. It's not easy when it comes to relationships, children, and nursing school, because nursing school, they say you have no off days, but really you do have an off day. You can make your own off day. If you study throughout the week and you know that you're getting stressed out, then back off of the studying and take him to the library. He could play, he could read, you can study and still watch him right there. That he goes to daycare, so it gives me time to study, and it does get stressful if you have 2 people in nursing school. We're both in nursing school, so it's like hardly any time, and when we do have time, it kind of seems like where we get kind of annoyed with each other. But that's life. That's it. I don't feel like I missed out on anything. Stay organized. Like this thing for your note cards. This is a form of organization for your cards. This ring is a form of organization. I forgot to show you guys the binder that I have. I have a 3-ring binder to keep absolutely all my notes in. This is my notes binder that I punch holes in. I print them out and everything. My notes binder. That's my printed notes binder. And if I need to jot down something, then I have this binder right here, which I keep my class schedule of what's due and everything in. So definitely stay organized. That'll keep your stress level at a minimum. And look out for the next video. My channel is like all over the place, so it could be like a tryout video, it could be all over the place. So just keep keeping up with the channel. A while from now, I should be giving you guys a review of the products that I've been using. I should be giving you guys a braces update, and I should be giving you guys another school update. And I thank you guys for watching, subscribing. Keep on subscribing, feel free to comment below if you want a specific video. Comment below if you have any questions you want me to answer. And thank you. Bye.